right in my under eyes. Please save me, please save me, please save me. And it's more of that. And then this, oh, are you, one sec, let me just, oh wow. Wow. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So first of all, I just want to say, not having the best of days in terms of my skin. I've got a bit of an eczema flare up on my cheek here. You can probably see it, and you will see it when I get a bit closer. I probably shouldn't be putting makeup on it, to be honest, but I'm sure I'll be fine. I've got the weekend to recover. I've also sat down to film and realised that one of my gel nails has completely peeled off, and I've already set everything up. We're just gonna go with it, so I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna be testing some new Drugstore makeup today. I pretty much have enough for a full face, not quite every single product, but a lot of Drugstore products that I'm gonna test today. Give you guys my thoughts and opinions. I will leave everything linked down below in the description box. If it's not there, it's probably because I'm eating my dinner, and it will be there shortly. Let's get into it. I don't think I've done one of these videos in a while where I just do purely Drugstore, so I'm quite excited. I'm gonna kick this off with a primer. Oh, you know what? I've actually got a couple of primers. I've actually not been bothered to do my fake tan this year so far. I haven't redone it since like a couple days before Christmas. Just because, quite frankly, I can't really be bothered. So what I've been doing instead is just using instant tan on my hands and my neck. My little trick. So that explains why my face is a couple shades lighter. The first thing that I'm using is the Physicians Formula Rose All Day Oil-Free Serum. You can get a Physicians Formula on, I think it's Feel Unique. And I'm just going to use this to give my skin a bit of moisture, hopefully. It smells like rose water. And it does seem to... Oh, okay. It's starting to get a bit tacky. It does seem to have a tiny little bit of shimmer in it. But actually, now that I've blended it out, I can see it the tiniest bit on my fingers, but not like big chunks of glitter or anything. Let me have a look in my mirror. Ooh. What is that on my nose? I think that's made my skin look quite nice. It has the tiniest bit of this pink pearlescent sort of finish to it, which is a little bit odd, but to be honest, it's really not that noticeable. And there's no chunky glitters in here, which is nice. My face feels nice and tacky, which I like in a sort of base product primer type thing. Very nice. Actually, you know what? I need some lip balm, and I do have a lip balm in here. This is by a brand called Beauty Made Easy, and this is their Le Papier collection. Le Papier. I think it is a French brand. Oh, it says designed in Denmark. But the cool thing about this, it's a paper collection of makeup. This is the moisturizing lip balm, and there's no plastic in this, and it's vegan and cruelty free. I'm not sure how easily accessible this brand is, but when I did look on the website, it was quite affordable, but they did send me a couple of their products. So this is just the lip balm. Feels nice. Feels kind of like your standard lip balm, to be honest. And the idea is you have these crayons that are all made of wrapped up paper, and then when you want to like get a bit more product out, you just pull this tab and it unravels a bit, which I think is very genius. And then the lid is made of card, so you can just recycle this once you're done with it, which I think is amazing. It also says it's biodegradable, vegan, biodegradable, and non-plastic. So that brand is called Beauty Made Easy. I've also got another lip product of theirs to test at the end. Next, I'm going to use an actual primer rather than a serum, because there's nothing wrong with using a couple of primers. So Revlon have got these new primers. Okay, they're not new. I think I got sent them back in November, maybe it was October. These are the Prime Plus primers from Revlon. They've got a mattifying and perfecting, a perfecting and smoothing, and a brightening and skin tone evening. It's just occurred to me that the word evening, as in like the evening, Saturday evening, is spelt the same as evening. And now that those words left my mouth, it sounded really weird. I'm just going to put these down. I'm going to go for the perfecting and smoothing one, which says that it's got vitamin B5 and hyaluronic acid, just because my skin is a little bit more dry today. Well, not my whole skin, just this like patch of my face. I actually know the reason why. It's because yesterday I did 3 different makeup looks on my skin, because I had some makeup on in the morning, then I filmed a TikTok for my Taylor Swift makeup look series, and then I had a brand deal that I had to do, so I took my makeup off 3 times yesterday. So let's give this a shot. It does have a pump, which is nice. Hello. Oh, come on. Oh, yay. Ah, my face is so itchy. I don't even know what to say. It's a clear, whitish sort of gel. I really don't actually think I should be putting makeup on this. It feels kind of sore and itchy, but do it for the YouTube video, am I right, ladies? Oh, this feels really, quite thick, actually, and like it's sunk in really, really fast. I was almost expecting it to be a bit more serumy, but it's really sticky. Really sticky. Like, as a primer, that feels like it's going to do a really good job. Did it smooth and perfect my skin? Not massively, but then there's not a whole lot you can do when you've got pores the size of mine. One of the things I really want to do is get myself a new camera lens this year, because this one doesn't actually zoom in, and I've had this one for a couple years now. It's really nice, makes the background really blurry, but it doesn't zoom in. So every time I want to get closer, I have to shuffle my chair forward. And even then, I feel like it's not the best at close-ups because it is a 30mm lens. But let me just give you a quick shot of my skin up. Hopefully this is a bit more helpful. You can see my pores and stuff like that. But it feels nice and tacky, which is good. Okay, for foundation, I've got the Lottie London Velvet Skin Tint Foundation. I have used this before, but I had the complete wrong shade. So I'm now using the shade Light Medium Y020. Don't know how this is gonna go down, and mine had leaked everywhere when I took the plastic off. That's a fun noise. It's a squeezy tube, which I quite like because it's easy. And this might also be the completely wrong shade. Let's see. Is that enough? Oh, okay, I think I'm going to need more than that because that coverage with this sponge isn't the greatest in the world. Actually, not bad. Not bad coverage. But definitely not full coverage. But I do have a fuller coverage concealer, so we'll give that a shot in a sec. Yeah, I mean, this still isn't the right shade for me, is it? If I'm going to be matching my neck, I think, again, this is going to be a little bit light. I can deepen it up with some bronzer. I've got a few cream products to use, which I'm really excited for because I don't know what's got into me. I guess because of like a bit of dry skin. I don't know. My skin seems to be getting older. I'm getting a bit more wrinkly, and I'm appreciating creamy, glowy products a little bit more than I used to. Because now I find that if I do completely matte looks, especially if it's like really, really matte and heavy under my eyes, it just makes me look even more wrinkly. So I would usually go for something with a bit more heavy coverage, but the concealer that I'm going to use is a high coverage concealer. This is the EX1 Delete Fluid, and I've got the shade 2.0. I used to really like the EX1 foundation, and you know what? I think I would really like it again now. The only slightly annoying thing is that it does have a squeezy pump, which is a bit unusual for a concealer, but oh my god, okay, that feels really, really thick. I should have used a brush. Oh wow, yeah, this is so thick. Let's see if the Beauty Blender will be able to blend this. Oh yeah, that's fine. I thought it was going to be a bit too matte for a second. It's actually alright. God, I feel like the more that this video goes on, this is just getting more bumpy and irritated. Oh, this foundation and concealer combo is not liking each other. I'm having a couple of issues with them blending into each other nicely, but it's mostly on this side of my face. So I think that's just because of this. Oh, okay, I'm not feeling this base. It's just looking a bit dry. I feel like I still need more coverage, which is not really what I want. Oh, why have I just put it there? I didn't mean that. I think this concealer is just a bit too matte for me. Did you ever think you would hear me say those words? I don't think I did. We're not off to the best start, but I will keep going. It's just looking a bit, I don't know, it's not looking that great, to be honest. But the foundation picked up on my dry patches a little bit, and it just wasn't the best coverage, and then the concealer was quite thick and matte, and like the combination of the two is just not looking the best. I've got some cream products which I'm going to test. I've got the Kiko Sculpting Touch Creamy Stick Contour in the shade 200, and the Kiko Radiant Touch Creamy Stick Highlighter in the shade 100, and also as well I've got the Florence by Mills Cream Blush in the shade Glowing G. I can't remember if I used this in a video because I did have one of the other Florence by Mills blushes, but the shade, I think it was called Shy She or She Shy or Shy Shy. I'm not even sure, something along those lines, but it was a bit too light for me, so I then got sent this one from them, but I don't think I've used this on camera yet. But we're going to give these cream products a try because I have been loving the Sosu Cream Contour Stick recently, and I've been using that pretty much every time I've been doing my makeup, so I'm going to try a different cream contour stick. Oh, that looks quite dark. Don't know why I just smelt it. I haven't tried a cream contour from Kiko before. Oh, it feels quite creamy. Oh, it feels really creamy actually. Nice. Do a bit down the sides of my nose. Well, I completely messed that up. Let's do a bit on my jaw, just everywhere. And let's see how this blends. Have I just given myself a beard? Oh, I feel like I kind of have. I don't normally contour my jaw. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, I think that's quite nice. Oh yeah, look, that blends really nicely, but when it blends out, it doesn't leave tons of colour behind. It's quite natural, which I actually think is quite nice. Oh my god, my under eyes are creasing like a bitch. I think I quite like this. I'd be very interested to try it with my regular foundations. And looking at it, I thought it was going to be too dark, but it's actually not. It's quite a nice colour for me, I think. What do you guys think? I think it's quite nice. And it wasn't crazy pigmented. Yeah, I guess the only thing is that when you blend it out, it does reduce the colour quite a lot, but maybe that's a good thing so that I don't put too much on. I'm just quickly going to set my under eyes because, I mean, look at them. Stop creasing. For my powder, I found this one, which is from the Kiko Ocean Feel collection. It's the Powder Foundation SPF 50 in the shade 02 Medium Beige. I wouldn't call this 02 Medium Beige, but I don't think you can still get this exact product, but I know that Kiko do sell powder foundations, I was gonna say. And that is too dark for my under eyes. Okay, cool, brilliant. How do I fix this now? Because my eyes already feel so like they've got so much product in them. I'm going to take some of my Revolution Pro CC powder because this is a bit light. And sometimes I use this to kind of brighten my under eyes. Please save me, please save me, please save me, please save me. I've got way too much product under there, but that's definitely fixed it a little bit. So next I'm taking the cream blush, which is the Florence by Mills cream blush in the shade Glowing G. And with this, I'm just going to dip in the same brush that I use for my cream contour, just because I find that this meshes everything together nicely. And let's see what this colour is like. I don't know if this colour is very flattering on my skin. Does it kind of just look like I've got a rash? I mean, I do have a rash, but does it make it look like that? Oh, I don't know. I can't tell if it's pretty or if it's just a bit too pink for me, because I think this is one of the darker shades and it's more of that. Okay then, see you later. I don't even know where that's gone. I think that was the universe telling me that that's not my shade. The formula is nice though, but again, I think I've just turned myself into Noddy with my little pink nose. But that's okay, it's cool. I mean, today's just been another one of those days. I mean, every day in my life recently seems to be like just one of those days. This morning, I was gonna make pizza dough for tomorrow night's dinner and I opened my yeast and spilt it everywhere. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that. And at that point, it was only the morning and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go back to bed. I didn't go back to bed. I'm sitting here filming a video, so yay me. Let's try the cream highlighter stick and see if we get anywhere with this. So this is in the shade 100. It does look really pretty and I did actually swatch this earlier and it feels really creamy. I mean, I'm not usually one for cream highlighters. Bronzers and blushes I can do. Cream highlighters I'm a bit, you know, not the best with, but okay, I should not be drawing that directly onto my face. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to take it straight onto my finger. Is that doing anything? A little bit. It's a very subtle glow, which is okay, but I'm not fully sold on that. I think you would like it a lot more if you like a subtle glow. Can you see that there where I blended it into my hand? It's very, very subtle, like I've mentioned about 5 times. Not my favourite. Let's powder the rest of my face. I am actually going to use this powder foundation just so that hopefully my face matches the rest of my body. So I do have a powder bronzer as well. This is the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. It says on here waterproof bronzing powder with SPF 15. And this is the shade 022 Sun Bronze. So let's give it a whirl. You know what? That's not a bad bronzer. It's not, I thought it was going to be really pigmented because a lot of the time cheaper drugstore bronzers tend to be overly pigmented to the point where they're really hard to blend out. But this one actually wasn't that. I've definitely put too much on, just as I'm being like, yeah, like it's not very pigmented, and then I just end up like this. On my forehead it looks alright. I think I just put a bit too much on because I didn't, like at the start I just kind of went in and wasn't tapping it off. I mean, it's alright, it's workable. Workable. Let's just see if it can do a little bit of sculpting of my nose. You know what? That's not a bad bronzer. I can't say much about it. Like, I'm not giving it a glowing review, but I'm also not saying that it's bad. It's kind of in between. It's nice. It's all right. Another blush. This is the Milani Baked Powder Blush, but not in Luminoso. This is in 06 Bellissimo Bronze. It's more of a bronzy toned blush, but this has got a lot of shimmer in it, so I'm a little bit scared of it. Oh yeah, that's really shimmery. Oh god. Oh dear. Oh, this video is not really going my way, is it? I mean, actually, that's a really gorgeous bronzer. Blusher. I think if I were to use that with my regular makeup routine, I'd probably quite like it. For my highlighter, I've got a palette from No. 7. I don't know if this was exclusive to their Christmas collection. If I can find this, I will link it down below. It's part of the No. 7 Wizard of Oz collection, and this palette is £14. You get, well, let's open it and have a look. You get 4 shades in here, which they do look really pretty, actually. There's a very pale white, we've got a pink, pink, we've got a gold, and then we've got like a bronzy gold. Ooh. It does have a mirror in here, which is nice. I'm going to take this shade here, which is the gold colour, and see what it's like. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh wow, okay, that's a lot. It's quite chunky in that you can see quite a lot of the chunks in it. It's not like glitter chunks, but it's more just like powdery chunks. However, being said actually, I think that the more I kind of blend it and work it into my skin, the more smooth it's looking. This side of my face just looks a bit dodgy. It looks a bit grey. You know what? It's actually quite nice, I think. I haven't tried any No. 7 highlighters before other than their weird like eyeshadow quad thing that I think wasn't even supposed to be a highlighter. Put a bit down my nose. It is pretty. It's a nice glowing highlighter, as you can see. But again, just something about it. Something to do with the texture of it. I think it's like you can see it quite obviously sitting on top of the rest of my makeup rather than melting in with the rest of my skin. So it looks quite obviously there. This bronzy shade doesn't look as chunky and it feels a lot more smooth and creamy. For my eyebrows, I've got the Max Factor Brow Shaper. This is the Ultra Fine Shape, Fill and Define pencil. I think this is the one that I saw Emma use in her recent video. I've got the shade 02 Brown. Oh no, wait, it's 20 Brown. And then for my brow gel, this is another No. 7 product, and it's the Beautiful Eyebrows Tinted Gel in the shade Brown. I like how this has got a little spoolie on it. I'm just gonna brush my eyebrows up a little bit. And then this, oh, are you kidding me? The pencil's just flown out. The entire crayon has just fallen out. Okay, I've pushed it back in and it's gonna stay there. I'm not gonna tip this upside down. Minor fault, but it's a really skinny brow pencil and it looks like it's gonna be a pretty good shade. Okay, you have to press quite hard to get the product to come out. I don't know, I guess that's kind of a good thing so that it's not overly pigmented, but also I feel like I just want a little bit more colour to be coming out at the end here. Come on, I just want a tail of an eyebrow. And let's try and do some little hair strokes. I think that looks pretty nice. It's a little bit lighter than I was expecting it to be. Like, it's not as pigmented as I was thinking. It's quite natural, but I'm finding that I'm having to go over the same spot like quite a lot to build up the colour. Maybe I just need a darker shade. I think it's quite nice, but I would just prefer it if it was a little bit more pigmented, just so I didn't quite have to press as hard. But I think overall it's made my eyebrows look nice. It looks quite natural, which is good. And then I'm going to test this No. 7 tinted brow gel. Bristles are quite short, which is good. Ooh, I like that. That's really nice. It adds a little bit of colour, but it's just separating out my brows nicely and giving them that really fluffy look. Ooh, yes. I think I'm gonna like that one. I've got some extremely bold and bushy eyebrows today, but I really like that brow gel actually. That's really nice. It's just defined my eyebrows nicely and added a little bit more colour. I think I really like this by itself. Then finally, let's move on to my creased eyelids. Not finally, because I've still got to do my lips as well. So I've actually got two eyeshadow palettes to test. I've got the Physicians Formula Butter Eyeshadow in Tropical Days. It smells like the bronzers. It smells so good, but it also kind of, to me, looks like a bit of a kid's palette. It's got one of these sponge applicators in here, which I mean, apparently they're quite good for putting eyeshadow on cut creases, but other than that, they're not that useful for doing your eyeshadow. But this is what it looks like. There are some nice looking shades in here, but I don't know, to me it just looks a little bit kiddie. And then also as well, I've got the Barry M Lost Treasure eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. I have had a little swatch of some of these and they look really pretty, but I just don't know what kind of look to create. Oh my god, the shimmers in this Barry M palette are beautiful. They look so pretty, but I just don't know which ones to use. Oh my god, that blue looks stunning. I kind of want to do a bluey smoky eye, but then the transition shades in the middle here are quite cool. I'm going to start out with this shade from the, oh wait, I haven't even primed my eyes. One sec, let me just, oh wow. I'm just going to blend out that concealer that's creased in my eyelid and I guess kind of use it as a base because I'm feeling lazy. So I'm starting out with, you know what, I'm just going to get rid of that sponge. Starting out with this shade in the Physicians Formula palette, which does actually look quite dark. I'm going to just use this as a transition sort of shade. Oh wow, yeah, that's really nice and pigmented. The temptation to just do a warm look with some of those shimmers is killing me. Yeah, this shade is really nice. It's really pigmented, although this eye is currently crazy. So let's try and not take this one as a good example. Next up, I'm taking this light cream shade from the Physicians Formula palette. I'm just going to use that to kind of blend out the edges, I guess. Let's take a slightly flatter brush, and I'm going to take the shade Precious, which is the shade in the middle of this Barry M palette, and I'm going to put this on the outer and inner. Wow, that's really pigmented. The outer and inner parts of my eyeball. Actually, I guess just pretty much all over my eyelid, because I'm going to be putting a shimmer just in the very centre. I'm just packing it on for now, and then I'll blend it. Oh. Oops. That is a very pigmented brown shade. Boy, am I making a mess of my face. As always with most of my makeup looks, let's just trust the process. Oh, and I had to mess up the inner corner of this eye because I already messed up the inner corner of this eye. And now I've got two horrendously uneven eyes. And I'm going to try and clean that up in a second. I'm just going to dip back into my blending brush and just try and blend that out. Actually, let's dip back into a little bit of that Physicians Formula shade. Or mix like this one and this one together. So the next step I'm going to take is I'm taking this shade, which is called Midnight, which is a blue, navy blue shimmer. And I'm just going to pack this on the centre of my lid. I'm going to try it with a brush, but that seems kind of flaky. So I think I'm going to have to go in with my finger. Because I think with my finger I'll get a lot less fallout. But wow, oh my god, that's so sparkly. Yep, I'm taking my finger. And I'm just going to pack this all over my lid. Okay, wow, there is some fallout, but wow, that's stunning. Wow, that shade is beautiful. Okay, wait, one sec. I do have quite a lot of fallout on my face. Let's do the other eye. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, the thing about this palette, the shimmers seem to be absolutely stunning, but it's not really a palette that I would reach for just because there's not a whole load of shades in here that I would use together in combination. That is really stunning. I don't know how well it goes with the brown. That blue shade is incredible. Let's just dust away that little bit of fallout. Let's just take a brush and try and neaten it up a little bit. I kind of want to use this one, which is called Agate. I'm going to take this one down the bottom and I'm going to put that on my inner corners. That one's also stunning. That one would also look beautiful on the centre of the lid, but I didn't want to put anything over that blue because I think it speaks for itself. Wow. Okay, these shimmers. Well, even that dark matte brown was really beautiful as well. Then I'm just going to apply a little bit of that brown on my lower lash line. I'm going to take the Physicians Formula palette again and just dip into that warm brown that I used and just put that here. That blue is just absolutely stunning. So I'm going to do my mascara and then I'll do my liner and you will see why. For my mascara, I've got the Revolution Lift and Define 5D Lash Extra Dimension Mascara. I've seen this a lot on their Instagram. I've been very skeptical about it because I absolutely loved their Mascara Revolution. But that was a very volumizing mascara and this one looks to be more lengthening. Let's see. Revolution, we'll see what you've got. I like the packaging. Matches my nails kinda. The brush is quite skinny and the bristles are quite separated. I do love lengthening mascaras, but only if they give me a little bit of volume as well, like the L'Oreal Telescopic. It's definitely more of a lengthening mascara, but it also really gives you that volume. And I mean, on first coat, this one's not giving me a whole lot of either. I think the problem is it feels quite wet at the moment. Sometimes when I first open mascaras, I'm not the biggest fan of them. And then I'll try them again a few weeks later that they've dried out a bit. And they'll work a lot better because they grip your lashes more. What I'm thinking at this point is it's not giving me the volume that I would usually want from a mascara. Yeah, okay, I much prefer their Mascara Revolution. I have got the Eyelure Line and Lash 2-in-1 Black Liner Adhesive Eyeliner, which you can use with any false lashes. I have recently been using the Sosu version of this, which is like a glue and eyeliner in one. I've been loving the Sosu one because it's so much easier to stick your lashes on. Although after using it for quite a few weeks, mine is starting to dry out now. So I'm going to test the Eyelure one, and I'm also going to be using their 3D Luxe Fortuna 3D Foam Mink lashes. These look beautiful. Eyelure have really upped their game with their lashes recently. The only thing that's a bit of a pain with these kind of line and lash pens is that I always like to do my mascara before my lashes, but then normally I would do my liner before my mascara, so it's a bit tricky once you've already got mascara on your lashes to then go in and do your liner, but it's workable. We're off to a good start. It feels very wet. That's what she said. With the Sosu one, you kind of have to do a few layers. That was relatively easy to draw my wing, but I feel like my wing isn't as black as I want it to be. What I do find is that with my other line and lash pen that I've tried, I would just do my eyeliner with a normal pen and then just use this for the glue part. Well, that's definitely stuck. Not too sure what I think of the lashes though. They're very subtle and the band of them is clear, but you can see it. Like, it looks like a load of lash glue. Okay, let me just give this another shake. And is the wing sticky? A little bit, but not massively. The wing just tends to kind of dry like lash glue normally would. So it doesn't stay super sticky, which is a good thing. Honestly, like, whoever came up with this idea, I really wish that they'd done it sooner. I normally hate sticking on lashes, and this definitely does make it easier, but I'm not loving these lashes and how the band is clear. The final step is my lips, and I'm going to be using the, like I said, oh, I've got glue stuck to my fingernails. Beauty Made Easy Le Papier Moisturizing Lipstick. This is in the shade Glossy Nude. A bit off-putting that the packaging is bright pink, but it's another one of those paper lipsticks, which I think is very genius. And let's see what this colour is like. Okay, it's quite pink. It feels really nice, but I would definitely say that is more of a pink than a nude. It's like a light pink. It feels so moisturizing though. My lips are really dry at the moment, and it feels really nice, but I'm just not the biggest fan of the color because I think it's a bit too pink for me. So what I'm just gonna do, only because I've literally just reached for it behind me, I'm gonna take a bit of the Ofra Flexi Slick in the shade Stretch, and I'm just going to add a little bit of this over the top to make it a bit more nude. I know this isn't Drugstore, but don't come for me. My lips are so dry today. So this is the finished look. Something just looks very off. I don't like myself. Is it because I've contoured my nose too much? I think it looks quite pretty. I mean, that eyeshadow is stunning. That was the main thing in this video, I think, that's kind of blown me away. And you know what? I really like the brow products. The base isn't my favourite, I won't lie. Like, the base was a bit hit and miss. What do you guys think of everything all together? Like I said, I will leave all the products linked down below. I'm just going to answer a question of the day, as I do in most of my videos. If you would like to have a shout out in my next video, a shout out? If you would like a shout out in my next video, leave me a comment down below with the hashtag question of the day and I might answer it. Today's question comes from Neve Redmond. She said, would you ever do the curly girl hair routine because your natural waves looked stunning? I love you. Thank you so much. This was on my previous video where I was testing the Dyson Airwrap compared to a cheaper alternative, and in that video I did mention that my hair is naturally wavy, and when I took it out of the towel it did have that wave to it. So yeah, I used to wear my hair curly or wavy when I was at school, but then when I left school I bleached my hair, and I bleached the shit out of it basically. Completely ruined my hair, completely damaged it. I also used to use quite a lot of heat on my hair, which pretty much just fried it. And yeah, I know that there are ways of restoring your curls and getting it back to full health, but my hair is so uneven in its curls that at the top where my hair is quite a bit more healthy, because like this hair isn't as damaged, it goes kind of ringlety up here and it does go quite wavy, but the bottom tends to just go into like frizzy nothingness. I am tempted to try the curly girl method. I might do it for a TikTok video. But yes, my hair did used to be ringlets, but now because I've damaged it so much, it kind of isn't. I would much prefer to have my hair like this, all one uniform wave, which was done with the Mark Hill waver, but my natural hair doesn't go like this. So okay, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you're all doing good, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.